Well, there's a lot of things we need to focus on, but obviously you can focus on the low-hanging fruit like energy efficiency. There's perhaps not as much made of that, or as much focus on that as there should be. So energy efficiency, cleaner generation options, whether that's wind, whether that's solar, and also how to clean up the installed base, because we'll still have the installed base for some time to come. Like it or not, we're still going to have coal plants in certain parts of the world. In certain parts of the world, we'll still have gas-fired plants. So it's a case of how to optimize those and run those efficiently, as well as whilst we're making that transition to the renewables. I mean, one of the big challenges is variability of renewables, how we make the system more flexible as a whole, and not just renewables, but as we move to a more decentralized setup, how we manage the energy flows that will be flowing in two directions instead of one direction, how we manage that, how we build a flexible system and intelligent system to manage that whole process. And on top of that, I'd say culturally, utilities, the incumbents, have to make that mental shift, and not just talking about from conventional to renewables. I'm talking about the shift in terms of digitalization, how they go about doing that, getting everybody on board and all pulling in the same direction, and really believing that we're heading this way and we can do it. I think, bearing in mind we're moving to renewables and decentralized setup, you're looking at the digital technologies, digitalization, how to make existing plant more efficient, how to optimize your fleet. So you're talking about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, those kind of things, the blockchain types technologies that are coming up. Cybersecurity is going to feature in that very heavily as well. And generally, and we mustn't forget the grid as well, and what's happening at the grid level, and some of the smart grids and smart meter developments that are going on in that area as well. Hope we go away from there with some real solid results, discussion on where we're going. A lot of people talk about where we're headed and where we need to be, but I'd like to see some discussion on how we get there, to address some of the near-term issues, as well as looking at where we'll be in 20, 30 years' time. How do people cope with what's going on now? How do we navigate the potential pitfalls?